Okay guys, we're going to start with head isolations, tipping our head side to side, starting with the right. Now front to back. Now a slow 8 count head roll to the right. Now to the left. We're going to stretch the back of our neck by lacing our fingertips and applying a little pressure with our hands. Now to the right while thinking about dropping that left shoulder to the floor. Switching sides. Now taking 4 shoulder rolls to the back, thinking about using our full range of motion to really get these warmed up. Now taking 4 to the front. Taking 4 to the back again, this time taking a bend of the knees at the bottom of our shoulder rolls to start getting the whole body moving. Same thing to the front. Arms go up and to the side to take a nice side stretch to the right. Back to the center and stretching to the left. Taking our arms up and to the side again, we're going to lower to a flat back position. You want to think about having a straight line from your tailbone to the top of your head while pulling your belly button up into your spine. We're going to release over and try to touch our hands as close to the floor as we can. Here we're going to grab our elbows and going to take a gentle swing side to side to start accessing those hamstrings. Placing our hands back to the floor, we're going to bend our knees one at a time to start shifting our weight. We're going to roll up slowly through our spine to come to a standing position. Stepping our feet together, we're going to reach up and out to lower to another flat back position. Keeping our feet still together, we're going to lower over again, trying to touch our hands to the floor. Grabbing our elbows again, really let the weight of your head and your arms let you sink deep into this stretch. Releasing our hands to the floor, we're going to bend our knees one at a time again to keep these muscles actively moving. From here, you're going to reach your hands out and step forward on your right foot. If your hands can't quite touch the floor yet, put your hands on your knee and think about lengthening over that front leg as much as you can. If you need to increase this stretch, flex that front foot to feel it even deeper in your hamstring. Remember to stay released in that back of the neck, so we're using the weight of our head to sink deep into this stretch. From here, we're going to step our feet back together to switch legs and step forward on our left foot. Remember, our goal here is to relax the back of our neck and stretch over this front leg as much as we can. Let the weight of your upper body do all the work and just focus on your breathing. Don't forget to flex the foot for an added stretch. Here we're going to step together, take a slight bend in our knees, and roll all the way up through our spine to a standing position. We're going to push our hands together and reach our arms up to lengthen our spine as much as we can before we stretch all the way up and over to the right for another side stretch. Stretch to the left. Think about still engaging your core here while lengthening through your sides. We're going to return to center where you're going to lace your hands together behind you and take a small arch back. Think about reaching your hands towards the ground while your chest lengthens towards the sky. Don't forget to breathe here. Coming back through center, we're going to stretch all the way back over our legs to lengthen these hamstrings one last time in our standing pike stretch. As a challenge, try and grab your ankles and pull your face in between your knees. From here, we're going to bend our knees and slowly lower ourselves down to the ground. Once you're in a ball on your feet, turn towards the right and we're going to take a relaxed lunge on the right side. In this lunge, we want to have a relaxed back foot, a straight line from our knee to our ankle on the front leg while sending our hips towards the floor. For stability, have both hands on each side of the front leg. From here, we're going to try and put both hands on our front knee while still pushing those hips towards the floor as much as we can. To increase this stretch, lengthen your arms up by your ears and think about sinking down towards the floor. As an advanced option for this pose, try and arch back, keeping your arms by your ears and try and touch your hands to your back foot. From wherever you are, try and lower your hands and elbows down to the ground on the left side of your right foot. Don't forget to relax the back of your neck and really think about breathing into the stretch. Make your way up through our relaxed lunge position and push back into a reverse lunge. Keeping your hands on both sides of your leg, try and flatten your back as much as possible before stretching all the way over that front leg. If you can't quite get your hands to the floor yet, put both hands on your right knee and try to stretch over that front leg as much as possible. Remember to keep your hips square here by keeping both hip bones next to one another. No matter where your hands are, try to flatten that back as much as possible and flex that front foot before stretching all the way back over that front leg again. From here, you can choose to stay in this stretch, or for a more advanced option, you can choose to slide into your right split. If you don't quite have your split yet but want to practice it, straighten both legs and let your body weight do the work by sinking towards the floor. Remember to breathe into the stretch and let your body relax as much as possible. If you have your split flat, you can take this opportunity to stretch over the front leg and stretch that front foot at the same time. Wherever you are, make your way back to a relaxed lunge position and place both hands in front of your right leg. From here, you're going to rotate your hips towards the front while keeping a straight line from your knee to your ankle to open these hips. Staying low to the ground, transfer your weight to the other leg and hold for a moment before transferring our hips back to our relaxed lunge position on the left side. Remember to have your hands on both sides of the leg here and think about sending those hips towards the floor. Take your hands to that left knee and think about stacking your shoulders on top of those hips. If you would like, don't forget to take this moment to challenge yourself and lift those arms up by your ears. Take your hands and elbows down to the right side of your left foot. Make your way into your reverse lunge. Keep that left leg nice and straight and think about breathing as you stretch over the leg. Flatten your spine and flex that front foot before stretching back over the leg. Either choose to stay in this reverse lunge if that's comfortable for you, or you can take one of our 3 split variations we did on the right side. Make your way out of whatever variation you are in and make your way to a seated pike position. Take a moment to shake out your legs here and relax those hamstrings. Squeeze your knees into your chest for a moment before straightening your legs back out into a pike position in front of you. Stretch your arms up by your ears before lengthening all the way up and over your legs in a sitting pike stretch. Release the back of your neck all the way here and try and drop your hands and elbows down on both sides of your legs. Keep taking big deep breaths here and think about lengthening behind your knees. Come up and flex your feet and try and grab them with your hands before dropping your elbows back down to the floor. If you can't quite touch your toes yet, think about breathing and reaching those fingertips towards your toes while lengthening behind your knees. From here, point your right foot and bring the bottom of your left foot to touch the inside of your right knee before reaching up and over and stretching over that right leg. For any of my dancers stretching, this is a perfect time for you to push down on that right foot to stretch those toes and the top of that foot. Try and flex that right foot and grab those toes to pull them back towards you. Remember, if you can't touch your toes, keep breathing and focusing on reaching long towards your foot. Switch legs and bring the bottom of your right foot to touch the inside of your left knee before lengthening up and over to stretch over this left leg. While in this stretch, focus on trying to keep your hips squared next to one another. Flex your left foot and try to pull those toes in towards you. From here, bend your left leg and bring both of the bottoms of your feet to touch for our butterfly stretch. Take a moment to really flap your knees here to release any tension in your hips before we stretch them. You're going to lift your arms up by your ears and stretch all the way forward over your feet. Think about relaxing your upper body and trying to get your legs flat to the floor. Keep taking big inhales and exhales with your breath and focus on opening those hips. From here, you're going to return to a seated position and stretch your left leg out in front of you while flexing your right foot and placing it on top of your left knee. You're going to bend that left knee into your chest as much as you can to get a deep stretch in our outer hips and our glutes. To deepen this stretch, try and touch your forehead to your right foot. Release to switch legs so your left foot is flexed on your right knee and your right leg is straight before bending it into your chest. Your knee may or may not be close to your chest, but it doesn't matter as long as you feel that stretch in your glute. Release and straighten those legs out in front of you to a pike position and shake them out. From here, we're going to open to our straddle stretch and try and open our legs as wide as they will go. Flex your feet to engage these leg muscles and take your arms out to the side. From here, we're going to point our feet and take a side stretch to the right. While stretched over, think about lengthening through the left side of your body and staying supported through your spine. Return to center and stretch over to the left. We're going to return to center to flex our feet and rotate our chest to face our right leg before trying to touch our nose to our knee. Use the weight of your head and upper body here to release over that leg. Switch legs and try and touch your nose to your left knee. Return to center and flex your feet as hard as you can and engage those legs before taking a nice deep stretch through the center. Walk your hands in to come to a seated position to slide your legs forward to shake them out. Take a moment to give your knees a big squeeze before straightening them back out and rotating to the right side of the room. We're going to reach our arms up by our ears and take 16 slow counts to lower to the floor. Think about lengthening out through your toes while engaging your core to slowly lower down. Take a moment to lace your fingertips and flex your feet and take a big full body stretch here. Roll over onto your stomach and place your arms by your ears. Lift your arms and legs 6 inches off the floor to engage our lower and upper back muscles. Think about engaging the body while still breathing. Slowly lower back down to the floor to start inching your hands closer to your body to stretch each vertebrae one at a time. Push down and back in your shoulders to really get an upper spinal stretch. Inch your hands in closer. And inch them in again. Last time. Walk your hands all the way next to your hip bones and arch back to look at the wall behind you. Release and push back into a child's pose and think about sinking your hips into the ground. Keep those fingertips reaching out in front of you to find length in this position. From here, make your way to a tabletop position on your hands and knees. From here, we are going to do what I call happy cat, mad cat, and we're going to arch our back as much as we can before then contracting and curving our spine. Here we are stretching our spine to find mobility and increase our flexibility. Push back into child's pose one more time. From here, walk your hands all the way out until you're flat onto your stomach and roll onto your back for Shavasana. Use this time to meditate, clear your mind, and find clarity in your practice. Focus on your breathing and taking big breaths. Slowly roll over onto your side and find your way to a seated position. Take a quick moment here to find length in your spine. Then drop your arms and lace your fingers behind you to take one more arch back. Release and come to center.